Welcome to the Vanilla to Vixen podcast. This show contains adult content, so if you are under 18 or easily offended, please switch off now. Mr. and Mrs. N are not qualified relationship counsellors. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Now the disclaimer is out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy our journey from Vanilla to Vixen.
Welcome to episode 152 of Vanilla to Vixen. We are your hosts, Mr. and Mrs. N, and we're also sometimes known as...
the naughty couple.
Hello, Mrs. N.
Hello, Mr. N.
This feels quite odd being back in the studio, sitting here in our little box.
It's been a little while.
I know. We've been out and about everywhere.
We have.
And we're back here now, just us two, intimately.
That's quite nice. I quite like that.
We're back here. It's great.
Complete with suntans.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned my sunburn. I've got a little bit of a message here, and it's from somebody. He says, "Dear Mr. N, I recommend taking Viagra for your sunburn. It won't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off your legs."
Oh!
Yes, for anybody that didn't know, we went to Camp Vegas and I got rather, tanned. Literally.
The sock line is just, you're rocking it, baby.
No, don't mention my sock line. Oh dear. I
wouldn't mind, but I literally covered myself in suntan lotion and I still got a twat tan.
You did. You did. And there was many people walking around with red noses. It's hard to believe that was 2 weeks ago.
I know.
And then last week, which we're going to tell you all about, what happened last weekend.
Yeah. We
were at Bewdley, Worcestershire, at the Velvet Vixen weekend event.
It was the hotel takeover.
Oh my goodness, have we got stories to tell you?
Yeah, there are a few stories. But before we get into that, Mr. N, It's that time of the show. It's Fun Fact Friday.
Fun Fact Friday.
The human brain can generate enough electricity to power a light bulb, around 20 watts of power. So your thoughts are literally electric.
I don't know where she gets them from.
Something new every day.
Mrs. Mother Trucker.
I know, bless her.
I just don't know where she gets them from.
You love it though. It's nice to know these things.
Talking of electricity.
Yes.
What an electric weekend it was.
Wasn't it just?
At Velvet Vixen.
Yeah.
The Velvet Vixen hotel takeover in Worcestershire. And we did two parties, Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, we did.
That ran one after each other, which Friday usually comes after. Well, Saturday usually comes after Friday.
We've just about recovered.
Just about. And wow, Friday was a very different experience, I think, for us. We had a lot of newbies.
We did.
And there were older couples that attended the party.
Yeah.
And Friday nights, traditionally, we get a lot of singles, don't we?
Yes.
At events. We always try and curate the guest list so that there's an equal amount of age ranges and singles and couples. We never have sort of a lot of single guy top heavy parties.
Not at all, no.
But yeah, I mean, Friday we certainly had a lot of newbies, and it's just the way it kind of happened.
Yeah, but it was great. It was lovely. And I love the fact that our events, there's no limit on the age range for us. Old, young,
any shape, size.
Any shape, size.
Yeah, and I think we've been to parties where it's a predominantly younger audience.
Yes.
And we've also been to parties where, obviously vis-a-vis, where we do a mixed age range. And I think you do get a difference. If it's just a young party, it creates a different atmosphere.
Definitely.
And we've had couples who are in their kind of like late 30s, 40s that have gone to events and they've said it's made them feel uncomfortable going to just a young party.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're a couple in your mid-20s, it might be your bag. It might be your thing where it's like, I just want people of my own age range.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're in a mixed party of ages, what is interesting to see is you often see the younger couples talking to older couples in the social areas.
Yeah, definitely.
Why do you think that is?
I just think because they have, maybe partly because they have more life experience. Maybe there's that element of they feel comfortable around them.
Like asking your swinging mum and dad. Yeah. Probably that's not the best analogy.
No, but it does hold that kind of. I just think sometimes you feel more relaxed around people who are slightly older, who have had life experiences.
Yeah.
They know what they want, they know what they're looking for. That they're just more relaxed, I think.
Yeah. Friday. It was a brilliant night. We had a single gentleman who attended V2V for the first time, and he had lots of stories telling us.
Bless him, he was adorable.
And it was a brilliant event, and probably interesting as well that a lot of people ended up chatting in one of the playrooms.
We did. I actually got my feet rubbed as well, which was lovely.
You got a foot massage.
I had a foot massage while we were all kind of chatting. We all kind of piled in this one room, didn't we?
I know, yeah.
And it was just all about swapping stories and it was just a great relaxed atmosphere. It was so lovely.
Absolutely. And I guess for anybody that's never attended an event or a club before, it just goes to show that you really do go with no expectation, and you don't have to force anything. You don't have to play with anyone. You don't have to swap. You don't have to do anything in order to have a good time.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the key thing about it is no expectations. You go with no expectations, and the people that are there have no expectations. And I think that takes a lot of the pressure. So you can just be yourself, you can chat, you can meet people, you can form friendships. It's just such a lovely environment to be in.
It was a brilliant experience, and so nice meeting so many couples that had never done anything, and they were in their 50s and 60s, and they were trying this thing out for the first time.
Yeah, and it was lovely. It was so nice that they actually, people that were due to go to a different event, found out about our Velvet Vixen and said, oh no, I want to go there.
Yeah.
And so came along, which was amazing.
So thank you very much for putting your trust in us.
Yes, absolutely.
At V2V, thank you. And then it rolled on, and we had an exciting time on the Saturday.
Yeah, really different atmosphere.
Yeah. It was more of a mixed age range on Saturday.
Yes,
I think we had a few younger couples, a few very nervous newbies on the Saturday.
Bless them.
And I got chatting to one lady in particular, and I remember obviously we'll sort of start off saying how the night sort of went on.
Yeah.
So you're welcomed in, and you get a glass of champagne bubbly, and you sign in, and your identification, everything, log all that and get that out of the way. And then we kind of like have a little time where everyone can chat at the bar and everything, and everyone just kind of settles in. Obviously you get a tour of the place.
Exactly, yeah.
And the whole ground floor of the hotel is a social area. The lower ground is transformed into playrooms. Mm-hmm. And obviously you've got your upper floors, which are all the normal rooms of the hotel.
Yeah.
And we had a fantastic crew on hand.
We did.
We had the sexy mother truckers.
Yes, we did.
And we had the amazing Roger and the cabin girl.
They are awesome. Honestly, guys, we so appreciate that you give up your time to help our events run so well. You are part of the event. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing,
it
guys.
was brilliant.
Amazing.
And it was just amazing to watch everybody just having such fun and frivolities. And then we moved on and we kind of did an ice-breaking game of naughty charades.
Yes.
And yes, that was quite an interesting one because I used AI for some of the questions. And on the Friday, I realised that was a shit idea.
There were so many people going, I don't know what that is.
Yes, ChatGPT is rubbish for using automated charades for naughty charades.
So you did better on the Saturday, didn't you?
Yeah, I tapered it down and I went back to manual suggestions for charades.
Yes, and all of them had like a naughty theme. So it was, you could have a song, you could have a film, it could have been a book, and watching people obviously trying to mime what they're doing.
Yeah, miming sex on fire is quite funny.
It is hilarious. It is hilarious, but it's such good fun and it gets everybody giggling. And it's a really good icebreaker as well. I do enjoy it when we do that. It is really good.
And we quickly discovered that we had the charade champions of 2021 to 2025 in the clientele.
We did.
The Dionysiacs.
Yes, they smashed it. They smash it every time.
Oh my goodness. At one point, we had to seal Mr. Dionysiac's mouth because he was just guessing them within seconds.
It was almost like he'd forgotten that people were guessing and it was a game because obviously with charades, when you guess the right answer, then it's your turn to have a go.
Yeah.
And he just kept guessing them all the time. So in the end, we just had to stop him and just randomly pick somebody else to have a go. But their knowledge is phenomenal. He knows so much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll never complain watching Mrs. Dionysiac perform all the necessary required movements and gestures to rude charades.
She was incredibly hot, wasn't she?
She looked absolutely stunning.
She did, bless her.
Absolutely stunning.
Yes.
And they are definitely, new recruits of V2V. They are V2V through and through.
Oh, absolutely. We said that, didn't we? We were talking to them and we said, you are everything that is V2V.
Absolutely. And it's just a couple that join in and they just sort of chatting, laughing, and that's what it is. You go to a V2V to just escape and lose yourself for a few hours.
I have to tell you, one of the new couples that we had on Saturday night, they were absolutely gorgeous, and the female of the couple had gone down to dress down. Mm-hmm. She'd seen that a few of us had gone, got dressed down, and
she'd never done anything like this before.
No.
It was a complete new experience and she had no idea whether she was going to get dressed down.
No, not at all. And, there's never any pressure. A few of us just the weather was so lovely, wasn't it, over the weekend? And we were having such a lovely time and it was a very sexy atmosphere. So some of the ladies thought, let's get dressed down and then maybe have a little bit of a boogie because you were on the decks, weren't you, Mr. N?
Absolutely. We were playing old school R&B.
Yes.
It was sexy and cool.
It was really. And she came back upstairs and giggling to herself and she said, I've just had the weirdest experience. She says, there I am, dressing down, got my little corset on, putting my stockings on. She says, talking to a complete stranger, thinking to myself, what? This is just really weird, but it feels really normal. And it was...
Yeah.
And it was just great and it was lovely. We said super proud because it is a big thing.
Absolutely.
When you've not done anything like that before.
And like she said she never would have dreamt of walking around this beautifully historic building in just a dressed down outfit, and she felt so comfortable amongst complete strangers.
I know, and she felt incredibly hot as well. She was amazing. She was a very sexy lady.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes, it was a lot of fun just watching on the decks. I wasn't complaining. It was just an amazing experience, and again, having those newbies sort of share the experience and seeing the excitement in people when they do this for the first time.
Yeah.
And no matter what steps you take, whether it's just dressing down, whether it's actually, you know, playing with your own partner, whether it's just chatting and flirting with other couples for the very first time, seeing somebody go through those first steps, you know, is so exciting to watch, and it reminds me of our early experiences.
Oh, absolutely. Another funny story that I need to tell you about was we were in the charades room as we were playing. I'd had my buffet, so I was feeling, you know, I was on it. And myself and Mrs. Mother Trucker was just sat watching this lady who was dressed so sexy, and she was dancing in front of her partner or husband. And we both looked at each other and went, in our heads, when we dance, that's what we look like. But in reality, no, we don't. She was so sexy. We couldn't stop watching her. She was amazing. Really, really sexy to watch.
And I think this is what people don't realise, is that, you know, there is no really strict regime when you go to a party. You can do what you want when you want. If you want to disappear off into a hot tub, and the hot tubs were open.
They were.
And we've got an interesting story about that in a little bit. But, you know, that lady was just dancing for her partner, kind of dancing right in front of him and doing sexy dancing. And it was just the best experience, kind of just watching that. And she was really into the music being played. You could tell it.
It was almost like they were the only two in the room.
Yeah.
But for spectators, as we were, it was so hot.
But for people outside who have never been to an event and probably never want to, they wouldn't dream that a party with swingers, I'm going to use the word.
The S word.
Yeah, the S word. They automatically assume it's all about sex with everybody and swapping, and you get all the childish jokes and everything else. And again, I don't think that's helped with programs like Open House, where ultimately, you know, every single episode's going to kind of finish off with, yes, we swapped and we did this and we got over our fears and we faced them, and I don't know if we'll do it again. And we always say, and I said to a lady, you know, one particular lady at the party, like, there is no end goal. There is no final thing. Yeah. You know, there's no destination. It's about just enjoying the experience of what you're doing, no matter what you're doing. Yeah. If you're just going to socialise, if you're just going to dress down and that's your ultimate target, you know, your ultimate goal, to feel sexy and to dress down, then that's the coolest thing ever. You don't need to swap and have sex with other people.
No, not at all. I mean, we very often will say to newbies, if you don't do anything else this evening, try having a dance on the dance floor, or try talking to 3 people that you don't know, because then you've gone on your first steps. And like you say, Mr. N, it's not about the sex. No, it's about the atmosphere. It's about meeting people. It's about feeling comfortable. Yeah, isn't it? So,
absolutely. And then we did it first.
We did.
We went out into the hot tubs. I've never been in a hot tub at night outside.
No, me neither.
In all my life. And it was rather cool.
It was all right. I really loved it. It was just, I mean, it's beautiful setting anyway, which is lovely.
It was really warm.
It was really warm.
So we were just wandering around the grounds.
As you do.
In just my towel, looking for the hot tubs. It was great. And we were joined by Mr. and Mrs. Mother Trucker. Yeah. We were joined by the Disney acts. Yeah. And we were also joined by
Roger and the Cabin Girl.
Roger and the Cabin Girl. And to kind of paint the picture, there's 2 hot tubs at the hotel, and there's 4 people per hot tub that you can go in. Yeah. And it's not kind of like the big pool hot tubs where you have balancing tanks. Yeah. So the water is kind of like, obviously not at full level. It's like your garden hot tubs kind of thing, really. So then as the people get in, the hot tub kind of fills up. Yep. And what happens is, if the jets aren't covered, the jets shoot water at about 20 feet. Now, what's not good is if said person, i.e. me, decides to put my pants and everything else, because I'm like, oh, it's going to get a bit sexy. So I thought, I'll take my pants off and go in the hot tub. So I put my pants that I would need for driving home later. I put my pants on the bench, which was about 20 foot away from the hot tub.
It wasn't even that far.
It was about that far. And we all got in the hot tub. It was great. We put the hot tub on. We had a little bit of a chat. We were talking to Roger and Cabin Girl. We were chatting to, the Disney acts, or I can't pronounce their name.
No, we will apologise now if we're not pronouncing it correctly.
Disney acts.
Yes.
And it was great. We were getting their experiences and what they loved and what they were enjoying about the party. And we were talking to Roger and Cabin Girl, obviously. Yeah. And it left just me, you, and Mr. and Mrs. Mother Trucker in the hot tub.
It did.
Everybody got out, and then you got out, and me and Mr. Mother Trucker, we were enjoying watching all the ladies get out one by one. Certain bums in the face and everything else.
And the fact that I hadn't had I didn't have a towel.
No, you didn't have a towel. Again, quite enjoyable to watch. No one was complaining that somebody had stolen your towel. It was great. However, that left just Mr. Mother Trucker in the hot tub.
Yes, because you decided to get out before Mr. Mother Trucker.
I got out, and this is when the water level dropped.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mother Trucker was the sole person covering the jets. Yes, everybody, you've probably guessed by now what happened. Mr. Mother Trucker got up out of the hot tub, so me and him were standing up in the hot tub, and I'm like, no, Mr. Mother Trucker, my pants!
I sit down!
I literally was forcing him back down into the hot tub.
He had no idea what was going on.
He's like, what do you mean your pants? As the jets launched forward like water cannons.
Yeah, but the thing was, as he stood up, because of where the jets were, it looked like it was coming out of his arse.
I didn't see that. I was too busy concentrating on my pants. My pants resembled protesters at a march being absolutely hammered by... Do you remember when Boris Johnson bought that water cannon?
Yes.
That then he couldn't use because it was illegal. He spent like stupid money on it. And then bought this bloody water cannon that can't be used against the protesters. My pants were the protesters.
Yeah. And
they got hammered.
By Mr. Mother Trucker's water cannon.
And this all happened in slow motion. I was like, oh shit! Mr. Mother Trucker, my pants! And fair enough to say, by the time I realised what had happened and I got out of said hot tub, they were considerably soaked.
They were very damp, very moist.
At that point, Roxy leaned out the window and was like, what is going on? What is all this hullabaloo?
We felt like Mum had arrived.
Yes. Yeah, we realised we got a little bit loud.
Yeah.
And yes, so I basically then had to just I tried putting my sopping wet pants on.
At least you had pants to wear. I was still naked at this point.
You had to make your way naked around the back of the hotel because your towel had just disappeared. And basically it was utter chaos.
Yeah.
Utter carnage.
Welcome to V2V.
And it was just a brilliant night.
Oh, it's just so much fun. And it just goes to show it doesn't matter whether you play or you don't play. If you're with the right people, you can have the best time.
And then we got asked a question. We all went down into the kind of the playrooms together. And it was really cool, and it was really hot, and it was really sexy.
Very sexy.
And I sat next to a person. I'm not going to say anything in case, because, they might not want to admit on the podcast that we played. So I was next to somebody, and another couple started playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't know. And then you started playing with somebody else, and I sat playing next to someone else, but I wasn't kind of sure whether they wanted to play. And it's that age-old question of how do you initiate play? And more importantly, how do you also say no if you're not interested in play?
Yeah.
And they're the two things that we're probably asked the most. And it just goes to show, I mean, we've been involved in this age-old monkey business for years now, but I still felt really shy, is the word.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously like a couple that we know really, really well. They're absolute mega friends of ours, and we love them dearly. But we've never actually played.
No.
And so it kind of was like, I'm a bit stupid when it comes to reading hints and things. And bless her, she had to kind of go, well, are you coming on then? I was like, this might be good here. Okay. And she's sitting there kind of naked on the bed. But, you never want to take that step. And I suppose overstep the mark. And
do you think there's an element of not wanting to be rejected?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Also, as well, I think when you know somebody, you've got the thing of, I would never want to feel like I was taking advantage because we're hosts.
Yeah.
And I would never want to feel that I'd overstep that friendship. And, we're friends, so I can touch your tits kind of thing, you know? And you never, ever want to be in a position where you felt that you made somebody uncomfortable, I suppose. And so, with that said, I think it can be just as awkward for us as hosts or, for our crew and people that want to play with somebody as newcomers. You can be just as shy and just as embarrassed. We're all walking naked, sopping wet through the hotel, laughing and giggling, but you've still got that, it instantly goes quiet. And that shyness when it reaches the playroom. Yeah,
because unless you've had a conversation beforehand about what the dynamic is, what they like, what they don't like, when you're in that moment where it sometimes it can just happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to kind of navigate all of those questions.
Yeah.
While you're in that situation.
And what is really cool is as well, when you play with somebody that we've had said conversations with a couple. So I already know what she didn't like doing, some of what she liked. And so that makes it really cool because then, you're ahead of the game. You know what you're doing. And it's like, okay, I know you don't like doing that. That's really cool. Let's, concentrate on this and instead. So I suppose you have got some agreed rules and things because you know what that person likes and doesn't like. They've already said it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to actually, do you want to do this to me?
Yeah.
You instantly go shy and it's like, okay, do you want to play with me? And it's those words, isn't it? Those magic words, do you want to play with me? Which are the most difficult words to say at an event.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who you are. You can be really experienced. You can be the host of the event like us. And it's still really difficult.
It is incredibly difficult. I mean, there were some incredibly hot people at the weekend. And there was a fair few that tickled my fancy.
Okay.
But I felt too nervous to actually go up and say, if you want to.
It's my tits.
So even us being as hosts and being in the naughty hobby for such a long time, it doesn't take away that, because you have to treat everybody individually. You can't just assume that one person you play with is going to be the same as the next person you play with.
That's a really good point. And also as well, physical attraction can be gained and also lost as well, because we've said in the past, and we've admitted we've had meets where we have invited couples to our house where we've physically been attracted, But then when battle commenced, when we started playing, it's like, oh shit, this is not going well.
It just doesn't work.
You've not got that spark. I guess it's just the same as a single dynamic. If you're two singles, you get together and there's just no sexual spark there, you instantly lose it. It's no different for couples.
No, absolutely.
It's absolutely no different for couples. Saturday was freaking amazing.
I mean, there was 4 couples in this room as being one of them. And at different times, we were all kind of with another half.
It was like a virtual spotlight.
It was.
Everybody kept stopping at one point and looking at
watching
these other couples were doing.
And then you'd kind of lose yourself in what you were doing with the person you were playing with, and then other people would stop and watch. And
there was a lot of soft play. In fact, a majority of it was soft play.
I want to talk to you about that, because we've only recently got into the whole soft play thing. I don't know whether it's been our dynamic over the years or whatever else. But
you just enjoy cock, Mrs.
I know. But I have to be honest, I am loving the whole soft play. I find it so sexy, and it's such a good way to kind of start, if you know what I mean.
How long were we actually playing on that bed?
Quite a long time, because we did get the 10-minute warning. From Roxy.
Yeah, but that wasn't like 10 minutes before we started playing.
No.
We must have been on there for an hour.
Oh, at least.
Over an hour.
Absolutely, at least. Yeah.
And a lot of it was just soft play, and a lot of it was almost like foreplay.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
But I think as you become more experienced in the naughty hobby, you realise that actually that can be just the game itself.
I have to be honest, since we've been doing soft play, which it is quite a new thing for us, I have been just as satisfied doing soft play than actually having full penetrative sex.
So, when you say soft play, it was, you were like giving oral, oral was being performed on you.
Yeah.
And
hands and things.
Hands, mouths, knees and toes.
Let's not go
no, let's not go to knees and toes. Let's not talk about that. But it was just an amazing, sexy experience.
Yeah.
And obviously there were couples in there that we haven't seen playing before.
No.
And to watch new couples who you've been chatting to only an hour before, and you've only known in a social environment.
Yeah.
To suddenly stand and see them naked and in the midst of hot sex, it's freaking mind blowing.
It is. It is.
But it is that little moment of where everything goes quiet. And it's like everyone's waiting for something to happen. It's almost like the gazelles in the Sahara Desert, and the lions and the gazelles all stand still waiting for something to happen. Going, it's not going to be me, it's not going to be me.
Sometimes you just need that one thing to kind of break the atmosphere a little bit and just make things, not feeling so intense. And
there was a couple of ladies. Again, I'm not going to mention their names, but I assure you both ladies, you are in my mental Rolodex forever.
Yeah, I mean, there was things going on there that were incredibly hot to watch, and we were all watching.
Oh, I pressed my mental record button. And that is one tape I'm never wiping out.
Yeah, but there was a funny moment, though, that just kind of all of us just rolled around laughing, wasn't there?
Yes. There was a certain amount of scissoring.
Yes. If you can imagine, it was an incredibly hot, sunny day, wasn't it?
Air can get trapped.
And in the middle of this build-up to things going on, there was an almighty...
air sound.
Which one of the girls very quickly turned around and went, "That wasn't me, by the way."
and again, it's very, very different to porn, because you suddenly brought back down to earth really quickly, and you realise it's real sex. It's really happening in front of you. But it's just mind-blowing. It's amazing. It's such a hot experience.
It is. But I think it also helps, talking about like noises and things. I was just thinking about this. When you're in that kind of sexiness and there's things going on, most of the ladies that are listening to this are going to, at some point in their sexual life, have had a fanny fart. Which it's one of those embarrassing things, and you think to yourself, oh God, this is awful. But you have to look at it, that you have to kind of titter to yourself, because it's just like, the reason you've got one is because you've just had really good sex.
And I think as well, to have those experiences in front of relative strangers, and there's just no barriers between you.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, at that stage, I think pretty much everybody was more or less naked.
Yes.
And there's just no barriers. The thing I think that makes the naughty hobby so special is it's not the sex itself. The sex literally breaks down a barrier.
Yeah.
It's something that, you have seen other people doing. And so it makes you close. It's not the actual act of of you having sex with someone. It's the act that you've probably seen it, and after that, you've just probably broken down one of the biggest barriers that humans can break down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we've all seen each other at our most vulnerable. And so therefore, there's no bullshit after that. That there's no hidden barrier, there's no clothes, nothing. You are literally naked.
And that is, like you said, it's like that's when you're at your most vulnerable. If you're completely naked with somebody, there's no hiding from that.
And to just talk about that on a podcast, there will be people, I guarantee, wincing, going, I could never do that. But I assure you, we had one lady at the party who literally never dreamt she would be at a naughty hobby party.
Yeah.
She never dreamt. She said she would never dreamt of being there.
Yeah.
And in that particular instance, we gave her our phone number and we were like, have a chat with us first beforehand. And sometimes that's all it needs, is to explain there are no expectations. There is no pressure. You can go and just be you.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you're kind to other people and have an open mind and have a liberated opinion about things, then you're going to be cool.
I think one of the top tips as well for approaching people that, you're attractive to and you want to play with is people that are in the naughty hobby. We are very open people. So we do accept people talking and sharing things, and sometimes I think that's easier. I think you have to get over your own barrier of, I feel uncomfortable asking somebody, because if you ask them, they'll either answer you honestly and say, actually, you're really lovely, but you're not really my type, or
I'm not feeling it tonight. It might be a temporary thing.
Exactly.
It might be that we've been with crew members and with friends in the naughty hobby where we have known that they've just gone, I'm just not feeling it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it could be a temporary thing. I think in the naughty hobby, it's a good rule to not be the centre of your own universe.
Yes.
If something happens, it might not necessarily be you.
No.
It can just, they're having an off night, they're not feeling it that night. So never automatically assume it's all about you.
Yes.
And they said no to me, so therefore I must be ugly. Everyone else is playing, I'm not playing. Get out that headspace.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's not what this is about. This is about, just going with no expectations and no pressure. And you might just end up like we did on the Friday, where we were just chatting and learning about people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then on the Saturday, for us personally, it was a totally different night.
Yeah.
Obviously, for us hosting two parties, one after the other, we had that unique experience of being able to have two parties and two different experiences.
Yeah.
But for somebody just going to one party and then perhaps not going to another party for 2 or 3 months later, you might dwell on that first party and think, well, why did I not play that night? Why didn't it click for me? Why didn't it happen? But there are so many different factors to consider when you go to an event or go to a party, that there might not be the right couple there for you. There might not be the age demographic that we've talked about, very different nights, very different age demographics. But the most important thing is that the vibe just might not feel right.
And it does happen.
Absolutely.
You would be very naive to think that it never happens, but it does.
We've gone to so many different parties and we've been into the same playrooms, and the playrooms have felt completely different.
Yeah.
From one party to another.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. It's about just finding your people, and not necessarily your people to play with, but just your people to hang out with, have a good time, get soaking wet pants. And that's what it's about. And it's the escapism of it is just so special.
It is incredibly special. And the people that are in this naughty hobby are just amazing. They are amazing people that you meet because they are honest. There's no sides to them. They're very open. You just feel completely comfortable with complete strangers very, very quickly, don't you?
Not everyone's going to float your boat. Not everyone's going to be on your page.
Yeah.
But you will, I guarantee, within the hobby, if you visit so many events, you will find your people.
Absolutely.
And that's why we like so many different kinds of clubs.
Yeah.
Because different clubs cater for different types of people. You can have somewhere like the Attic or like Cams, and then somewhere like Liberty Elite, somewhere like Purple Mamba. And there's such different places.
Yes.
And you will get such a different vibe, and one of those will be your type of place.
Exactly. Yeah. There'll be ones that you think, I'm glad I went, but I'm not sure I'd go again. And then there'll be other ones that just I absolutely loved it, can't wait to go back.
So I suppose the ultimate thing is you just have to put your big boy pants on, not when they're sopping wet. But you do have to just realise that you can go up to people when it feels right. When you feel that the vibe is right, and you can be in the playroom, or you can be kind of, the night can be getting on, and you could sort of make gentle suggestions. You didn't actually come out with the words, do you want to play with us?
No, exactly.
Or do you want to play with me?
Yeah.
Because that is like a harsh yes or no.
Yes.
You can give hints like, we're going off to the playroom now. Do you fancy joining us? Or,
or we're going to go and have a dip in the hot tub if you fancy coming along, if there is hot tub, obviously. Soften,
give questions that are not yes or no, direct yes or no answers.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you just looking to socialise tonight? Are you looking to play tonight? Or you can do kind of more open-ended questions.
Exactly.
Now, have a think about this as a couple. If you're a couple, you can think about this together. What kind of open-answered questions can you give to kind of gently suggest moving to a playroom, or perhaps even, if you're already in the playroom, heading for a bit of play?
Yeah, exactly. That's really good advice, really, really good advice on how to tackle that, approaching people and finding out whether they would be interested.
You could talk to people and say, what is your type of play? What's your favourite type of play? Do you enjoy soft play? We enjoy this, we enjoy that. And you might actually discover before you reach the playroom that you're not on that same compatibility page.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it comes to sexy play.
Yeah.
And that's saved you a little bit of embarrassment.
Yeah.
But I think, to kind of summarise, you can soften down the harshness of the question. And that's probably one of the best ways to initiate play. Is just have a think about it first, write down some open-ended questions that you can hint to people.
Yeah.
Gentle hints like, okay, we're thinking of just going off to the playroom now. And, if they kind of go, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
That's a good hint.
That is, pretty good hint.
Yeah, you know? But again, it might not be you, and don't take that personally. It might be that they're going back to the buffet.
Yeah, that would be me.
They might have already decided that night that they are just going to socialise.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that they don't want to play with you. It can just mean that they're not feeling it at that particular time.
I mean, there's been many a time where I had conversations with other people and we've expressed that, we'd like to play with them and things. But for some reason, one thing or another, it's never actually happened. It could be weeks, it could be months.
We've had couples come to us and actually gone, we'd like to play with you. We're like, is that all right? We're going, fucking hell, yeah. I remember it pretty well. It was at a social, which was really frustrating.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and it's just that thing of again, I suppose, unlearning the crap characteristics of normal life, where we have to have barriers up, we have this social embarrassment and awkwardness, this typical British awkwardness, and kind of just losing that a bit.
Yeah.
And just going, okay, you know what, you're not going to offend me if you're not into me, you know, sexually, and not going to want to play, but I'm just wondering, I'm kind of feeling a little bit naughty.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, how are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody is going to be offended if you go up to somebody or somebody approaches you and says, I find you really attractive, I'd really like to play. And then you turn around and say, I am incredibly flattered. However,
we reach the other side of the argument. So how do you deal with perhaps somebody coming up to you and wanting to play when you are not either in the mood or you not particularly attracted to them? The worst thing you can ever do is take one for the team.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if you're a solo person and the team is just your team of one, you do not want to do stuff that you're not attracted to, because it will make the other person feel crap.
Yeah.
You know, we've been in situations where we've felt couples are not particularly into it. And just going through the motions.
Yeah,
and that's horrible for everyone involved.
You see, there's a huge misconception from people in the outside world that think that swingers will literally shag anything that moves.
Good point.
And it is so not like that, because there has to be a connection there. You have to be attracted. You both want to have a good time, or all of you want to have a good time, depending on how many of you are playing.
Yeah.
So it is important that you are honest. And I think that's what makes hobbyists so lovely, because we are honest people.
But you can also as well be gentle in letting someone down.
Yeah.
You needn't be literally, you know, totally socially retarded in as much as going, no, I don't find you attractive, you should wear a brown bag over your head. That's not necessary, you know. And again, it's being kind and being thoughtful when you're interacting with people.
Yes.
So if somebody is appreciating the massive step they've just taken, and if they've come up to you and gone, you know what, you're really attractive, and I'm kind of feeling a bit sexy, do you fancy going to the, you know, we're just off to the playroom now. If you're not feeling it, again, it's just thinking beforehand about some of the ways that you can gently reject people, or gently reject play. It might be a temporary thing. It might be that your partner has already said to you that night, we'll go tonight, but I'm not up for playing. Yeah, you know. And so preparation makes for a good night.
Yes.
So if you've talked about this between yourselves of, okay, what happens if a couple come up to us that we're not interested in playing, rather than actually getting to that point and going and kind of stuttering and going, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that, how do I get out of this? But sometimes if you've not prepared and you're not planned, situations can happen.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, you're in a situation you don't want to be in. So that's a really good tip, to think beforehand when you go, what sort of evening are you wanting?
Yeah.
And again, just be honest with the people if they're approaching you.
It might be that a couple don't play with people that they don't know really, really well and not discuss things with, they might have a certain style of play. They might just be a soft play couple only. And if a couple comes up to them that they've just been chatting to at the bar but not discuss those dynamics, they might not be ready to play. No matter if you are the sexiest, you know, male and female person on earth, they might not be ready to play with you because they've not discussed that dynamics.
Don't ever feel bad about turning somebody down. Because it's better that you do that and then let them get on with their evening.
Absolutely,
than to fanny around the houses and you both wasting both evenings.
Set them free. It's the kindest thing to do is set them free. Absolutely. And I think that can lead to other couples' frustrations if you've kind of given any hints at all that oh yeah, you know, we're up for playing later on, but you don't want to play with them. So don't give any couple false hope. It's a kind of a situation where you could say to them, like I've just said, a really good example could be, you know, we're kind of not in the mood tonight to play, but if you know, you go off and have a good time, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Set them free and think of ways, kind ways where you can set the couple free and let them get on with the rest of their night.
There's one other area I think we need to discuss, which is not an area that we like to talk about, but unfortunately it does happen. And that's if you're in a play area and you may already be playing, or you may just be, you know, watching or anything. And you get some unwelcomed attention that hasn't even been discussed.
You mean like the people just reaching out and touching and things like that, which is a huge no-no in the naughty hobby.
It is.
And I think we got asked this question, didn't we, by a newbie?
We did.
It's like, what happens if somebody were to reach out and touch me? I think in that circumstance, they should be reminded that shouldn't happen.
It is, absolutely.
And there's no need to absolutely do that in a violent or dramatic way. But it's a kind of, no thank you, you know, you should ask before you touch.
I think the problem is though, and I can relate to this in the very early days of us getting into the naughty hobby. So I can totally relate to this from going way back when we first started in the naughty hobby. And I was shy. And I did find it difficult to communicate with people, and I was really worried about upsetting somebody by saying no. And so the trouble is, it then creates this unnervingness that you have, which means you can't relax properly, you can't enjoy yourself. Because you're worried that you're going to offend somebody, or they're going to react if you turn around and go, do you know what? I don't want you to touch me. And so, to be honest, it does come with time and it does come with confidence.
I think when you first go into a club, you have this fear that it's all of them and me. So, you know, I'm going into this club, I don't know what it's like, I don't know what the people are like. So therefore, it's this instant thing in front of you of all of them and me. And what happens if I don't blend in? Because all through our lives, all we want to do is fit in. You know, whether it be when we start off at school, we're trained to try and fit in, and it carries on. Then we get a job and we want to fit into our workplace, and our whole lives we have to fit in and be round pegs in round holes.
Yes, that's so true.
And the naughty hobby is the dead set opposite of that. You know, we're all different shaped pegs and we're all looking for different shaped holes. No, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. And the joy of it is that you're doing this because you want to do it. You want to experience different things. You want to find out about yourself. You want naughty experiences. You want to enjoy yourself. So you don't have to fit in.
No.
But it takes time to get out of that learned behaviour.
It does. I mean, and as an example, when we do our events at Liberty Elite, it's very well documented that there is the big bed in the playroom, which I've always been very nervous of, for the fact that if there are lots of people on the bed,
it's them and you again.
It is. And arms are flying, legs are flying, all sorts of things happen. And I haven't. And I have done it where I've gone to grab what I thought was either your hand or somebody else's hand. Turns out to be a complete stranger.
Yeah.
To which I have turned around and gone, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
And very quickly,
because
recoiled.
you understand the etiquette.
Absolutely. But when you're in that close proximity and lots of things are going on and you're lost in the moment, it can happen where there are people that will reach out to touch.
Yeah.
Because they're turned on by watching you and everything. That should not happen.
Absolutely.
And I want to make a point that...
a deliberate reach out to touch.
At our parties, we do police this so well. And we're so lucky with our crew because even if they are playing, we're all still very aware of what's going on. If we see anything that shouldn't be happening, we will make sure that it stops.
Yeah. And I think as well, as we've well documented before, that playrooms in well-run clubs police themselves.
They do.
There will be lots of ladies that will jump on to the ladies and say, not literally, but they will assist ladies and jump to ladies' aid if a guy reached out and touched it without asking or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually been in a situation where we were playing with a couple and there was a gentleman that was standing very close and literally just went to touch the lady, to which I turned around and went, excuse me, you don't do that. And he apologised immediately.
And these are in events that we've gone to, these are extremely rare occasions.
Absolutely.
And to put this into context, God knows how many events we've been to and how many packed playrooms we've been in.
Yeah.
And I think we can count on one hand.
Oh, God, yeah.
How many times it's happened.
Absolutely.
So if you multiply all the times and events and people and the actual very, very few times it's happened.
Yeah.
That's a lot of play. There's a lot of play, a lot of hours.
It is. I mean, they are very, very few and far between when it happens.
Thank goodness, yeah.
But I think if you are in that position where you think to yourself, I'm worried that somebody might touch me without asking, and then how do I deal with that?
Yeah, which is a very commonly asked question.
It is. And the confidence will come in time, but there are ways you can deal with it. So if somebody does touch you...
My number one thing is to get out of that mentality of it's all of them and me.
Yes.
The first thing to realise is you are in a room, and this goes from the minute you walk into the door of a club. You are walking into a room where it's you, that person over there, that person over there, that person, and everybody's having similar feelings to you, no matter what level they're at. They can be incredibly nervous, they can be excited, they can be aroused, they can be all sorts of different things. But there's lots of individuals looking for lots of different experiences.
Yeah.
It's not a you and all of them. It's a lots of individuals. And guaranteed at our parties, there'll be lots of individuals that are brand new and just as terrified as you.
Absolutely. But there is nothing wrong in turning round to somebody and saying, please don't do that.
Yeah, because that's one individual talking to another individual, and one individual doesn't understand the etiquette.
Exactly.
And never feel that you are in the wrong for correcting that person.
Absolutely not.
As long as it's done politely and, again, with thought. If someone displays poor etiquette towards you, educate them and tell them, but that doesn't mean that you have to lower yourself.
No, not at all.
To being rude or, to being something that you're probably not, which is, it's just a case of that's not actually allowed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just reminding them of the rules, and you shouldn't touch without asking.
Exactly. Just educate them.
Exactly. Yeah. And if they take offence at that, then that is their issue and they shouldn't even be there in the first place.
Absolutely.
And remember to tell a member of staff or crew member, no matter what club you're at, no matter where you are.
Yeah. Because the other way of looking at it is if you are open enough and saying to them, look, you're not supposed to do that, or that isn't particularly allowed, you educating that person will hopefully then stop that from happening to somebody else.
Absolutely.
So you've got to think of it more as a positive thing you're doing, not a negative thing that you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. We hope we've given some good advice there.
Yes, I hope so. But, feel free to ask any questions. We always love everybody's questions that come in. And it's good for people to ask these things so we can talk about it.
Absolutely.
So before we go, Mr. N.
Yes.
We just need to let our listeners know about our upcoming events.
We've got a couple of good events.
Yes.
Now we've kind of given you a bit of advice. You might be sitting there, and we always say this week after week, that there's lots of couples that write to us that have gone, I just daren't actually come to an event, We sit listening and it sounds really cool, really exciting, really sexy. It's something we want to do, but we just daren't. Hopefully we've given you a little bit of advice on how to prepare yourself for coming to an event emotionally.
Yes. I mean, I'd like to think that people who have listened to us for so long now and feel like you know us, the reason we do the events that we do is because we want you guys to have the best time ever, which means that we will take care of you.
Absolutely.
So if you are at that stage where you're thinking, I really want to do it, but I'm not sure I can, all I can say is come to one of our events, because we will take care of you. Our crew will take care of you, and we'll make sure that you have the best evening possible, whether that be just a social or whether you do end up playing.
They might soak your pants and leave you with wet pants.
Let it go, Mr. N, let it go.
Just warning you, they might leave you with wet pants. In a good way or a bad way, I'm not sure. Anyway, back to our events. So we've got 2 amazing events coming up. Obviously, we've got Vegas Vixens tonight.
We have tonight, yes.
So it might be a bit too late for you.
It might be, depending on what time you are listening to this, because we do know there are people that listen to it in the very early hours of the morning.
If you fancy rumming on down to Liberty Elite, we are Vegas Vixens tonight. We have a brand new casino croupier.
We do.
And he is really cool and very experienced at doing all this kind of Vegas style stuff. And that's going to be really exciting tonight.
It is really cool. We're really looking forward to it. So, yeah, it's not just myself and Mr. N trying to make you do silly games. This is like a proper casino thing.
We've actually got somebody that understands the rules.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
So, yeah, I mean, if you are available or you're looking for something to do, by all means, give us a call.
You'll have to message us on Fab Swingers at this late stage. Send us a message on Fab Swingers and we will get back to you as soon as possible if you could come tonight.
Yes.
We've only got spaces for couples and single ladies at this late stage. Right. Now on to the events coming up. Mm-hmm. If you go to our website, v2v.uk, that's v2v.uk, you will see a list of all our forthcoming events, but we've got a couple of big events coming up. July the 25th, we are travelling up the M1 to the Purple Mamba Club.
Oh, I can't wait for this one.
It's going to be the very first Vanilla to Vixen at Purple Mamba.
It is.
Friday, the 25th of July. We welcome verified, very carefully selected, limited number of single gentlemen, single ladies, and couples.
Yes.
And it's going to be 1970s, baby.
It's a proper 70s swing night.
Ladies, we're giving you just enough time to grow that 70s bush.
It's not happening.
Guys, get the flares on. Oh, yeah, it's going to be jiggy time.
Yeah, it's going to be a great evening. We've got entertainment. We've got a singer on that evening. We're also going to be playing some naughty games, which myself and Amanda...
It's going to be cool.
It's going to be crazy, but it's going to be fun. You don't have to dress up, fancy dress. Obviously, if you're not doing fancy dress, it must be smart, casual.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's going to be a whole load of fun.
25th of July, Nottingham. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Then, August the 16th. Now, Saturday the 16th of August. Last year, we did our V2V Big Summer Beach Party.
We did.
And it was freaking mental. It was the stuff of legend. It was the stuff that people still talk about. It was utter chaos. If you want to be part of that carnage again, Saturday, the 16th of August, Liberty Elite, the guest list is already open. Oh my God, the guest list is so hot. We're not going to do the beach volleyball this year because it was crap.
Shit. Nobody played it.
But we will be doing lots of naughty things, and there's lots of fun and frivolities, beach kind of things happening.
Yeah, I mean, weather permitting, we're hoping it was as nice as it was last year, and we will have a fabulous DJ playing music outside, even though you can still hear it inside the club.
Absolutely.
But there were, we need to check with Chardonnay, but maybe they'll be doing cocktails again this year. We'll see.
We've got an amazing DJ booked for that
Yes,
night.
we have.
It's an absolute corking DJ, and hopefully it's going to be outside as well as inside. We're going to do that whole Ibiza thing again, and you can come in summer wear, beach wear.
Yeah.
It's a themed dress party, so you don't have to dress up in your full tuxedos.
Unless you really want to.
No, don't do that. It'll be shit.
And a bit hot.
So you can come in your bikinis, you can come in your whatever you want to wear, your beach costumes. Guys, you can do your David Beckham and come dressed in a sarong. Do you remember when he did that?
Oh, yeah.
So you can do whatever you want to do, and it's going to be amazing. And that's on Saturday, the 16th of August.
Yes, it's going to be epic. So, like Mr. N said, if you'd like to attend any of those events or any future events that are on our website, all the details on how to contact us are
v2v.uk.
That's the one.
You can message us on Fab Swingers. All the details are on there on our website, v2v.uk, or you can contact us via email, which is also on the website.
Awesome.
And that's just about it for this week.
It is.
So hopefully you're prepared a little bit for how to interact with people and how to initiate play. And you'll still be nervous about it. You're not going to suddenly become a swinging Casanova.
It doesn't matter how long you've been in the naughty hobby. You speaking to new people or meeting new people, it's still nerve-wracking.
Exactly.
It's normal.
Exactly. If you weren't nervous, you'd be dead. You wouldn't have a pulse. And you don't want to be dead. You want to be full of beans and full of alive. So that's it.
Awesome. So all there's left to say is we will see you next week.
Absolutely. Take care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.